What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the Scalar Learning channel. We are live, and the reason why we're live is it's Friday, December 19th. And for those of you guys who don't know, I took the SAT in this last December go around. I like to do it as much as possible just to stay current and up to date on the test. And I think it's super valuable as a tutor. I think it's really helpful because the SAT, the College Board, is no longer releasing any exams like they used to. They used to release 3 a year, and that was phenomenal for us tutors to really understand and be experts of this test so we can help guide all of you guys who are studying for the exams. It helped us to guide you guys the best we could. They don't do that anymore, but the good thing is the College Board still allows us to take the test. So massive props to them for doing that. Obviously, I'm not going to discuss any of the content that was actually on the test, and nor would I ever. But this is just about my score reveal. We're going to see what I got because I actually took it, and we're going to talk about it right now. Now, one thing I will say, obviously, the difficulties, there are swings in the difficulties from test to test, both on the verbal and on the math. If you've taken the SAT, you probably know about this. You've experienced this yourself. And I will say that when I was taking the last couple times I took the SAT, and again, I believe there are multiple versions that are administered on every test date. I felt like for whatever reason on this last go around, comparatively, it was one of the easier, if not the easiest version that I'd ever gotten. And that's just probably, luck of the draw. I'm talking about Mod 1 and Mod 2. Whereas the last 2 times before that, I felt like they kept progressively getting more and more difficult. Why that is, I have no idea. Is that even accurate? I don't know. I'm just telling you, this was my perception in the moment. Before we do the big score reveal, just to give you guys some other things that happened that day, I actually got down to the test center very early, which was amazing. I was able to go get a cup of coffee. By the way, I just quit drinking coffee, but this is prior to quitting. So I was able to get a cup of coffee, walk around. It was very nice. And I had a big debacle the last time I took it. I believe it was in August. The test center, our test was delayed by 2 hours. It was a nightmare. We had connectivity issues with the Wi-Fi. This time, nothing. I think they had both people on staff there from the hotel where it was being administered, as well as College Board officials. They had experts dealing with the IT. It was done beautifully. So I have to give credit where credit's due. And I think the College Board, from whatever those mistakes that have been made in the past, they have learned, they have improved, and the test went off without a hitch. Okay, here we go. We're about to do the score reveal. So here's my little window. Now, I'm not going to keep it up the whole time because I just want to make sure no personal information gets blasted out on the stream. So I'm going to keep it off to the side here while I start to sign in. Here we go. I'm signing in. I have not seen the score. I have no idea what it is. Although, how funny would it be now if I get like a subpar math score, because I literally thought it was the easiest math by a long shot. I finished with a ton of time on both sections. I quadruple checked everything. The verbal was very difficult, but you guys, if you guys have been tuning in, I don't prep for the verbal, and verbal is definitely not my expertise. So that part's more of just a fun challenge to see how I'm going to do. But here we go. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm logging in right now. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I think I can show this. It's fine. Okay. So here's the window and upcoming test. I don't know why it says upcoming. Here we go. I think we scrolled down. Oh, that one was canceled. I don't even remember why I can't. Oh, that's right. I had to go out of town. Couldn't make that one. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, that's September 13th. That one is upcoming. Wait, what? This doesn't even make sense. Okay, here we go. December 6th. I see it right here. Come on, no longer in high school. 800. Let's go. Okay, so I got an 800 on the math, which is what I was expecting. Now, the 720 on the verbal, like I said, I had no idea. That's one of my lower verbal scores. I think last time I got a 750. I did feel like the verbal was quite difficult, but I kind of feel like that every time, and then it just seems to fluctuate. So that's one of my lower verbal scores, I think. Oh, no, I got a 720 before. So there it is. There's my math score. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to get any real important information, I would say, if we go into the score report here. Let me click on it anyways. I'll just kind of walk through the score report, and I'll tell you why I think it's not always super helpful when we go through the student score reports. But let's do it right now. We'll glean what we can. I'll talk it through with everybody as I review this. All right, I'm just loading it up right here, and then we're going to pop it over. Yeah, there's no like personal information, so that's fine. Here, let me go to the score details. Okay, here we go. I'll move it over here now. So again, we got the 800 on the math. We got the 720 on the verbal. Let's see. Let's look at the math. So I'll talk about the math in particular. So apparently that's the school average, that's the state average, etc. Obviously, it's going to be in the 99th percentile because I got a perfect score. And all right, so let's look at the math. So the thing about these, right? I don't even know if they're necessarily super accurate. I feel like I just don't know exactly. Like I know sometimes people have gotten, like, let's say a 780 or 760, and I've seen these things be maxed out. I don't know if we can count on these little bars to be super, super accurate. Now, if they would eventually change this to say, like, there were exactly 15 questions that were advanced math and you got 13 out of them or something, I mean, that'd be so much more valuable, because these are, again, not percentages, not numbers you got right. It's out of this idea of getting an 800. So I know sometimes people will look at these bars and say, well, this is what I got to work on. I got to work on algebra. I got to work on geometry. Instead, what I would say is your better barometer, because you should be doing tons of practice tests, whether you're doing it on SAT Crash Course, which you can see the banner up here, whether you're doing it there with official College Board tests that are all free, or a combination thereof, or other resources. I think those should be your major barometers. That's what you should be looking at. What are the types of questions you're getting right? What are you getting wrong? What do you still have conceptual issues with? That's where your focus should be in terms of guiding your studying going forward. This can give you, I think, moderate amounts of information, but nothing really substantial. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Again, if we want to see the reading and writing, I don't know. Let's even see what I got wrong. See, like, I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I got a 720. I got a lot of things wrong. That's interesting. The English conventions, I always feel like I get 100%, but I think I always get stuff wrong. You know, it's like the commas and the semicolons and stuff, but I don't know what I missed. But apparently I missed something to drop an entire bar, and then information ideas. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There is the score reveal. Wanted to do it live just for fun. We got it perfect on the math. That's what I was hoping for, and that's what I was looking for. If I hadn't gotten that, I would have been pretty shocked, but it is what it is. It worked out. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys are checking your scores today and getting your results back, leave a comment. Let me know how it's been going for you guys. Did you get what you expected? Did you get better than expected, lower than expected? I see Yash Raj says, let's go. Thank you. Tornado Alley says SAT maxing. Well, on the math side, hey, not the verbal side, but, you know, did my best. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought. Do you have any questions of how to do better, how to optimize? If you have particular video ideas that you want us to post or make on the SAT math section, let me know, and we will be on it. That's all I got for you guys today. Congratulations if you did take the test on completing it and getting your result. If this was your first go, you can have multiple other goes. So this isn't it. Don't stress out. If you're not happy with your score, you're going to have lots of opportunities to do that. And if this is your last day of school before you go on break, enjoy the break. Happy New Year in advance.